Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Paolelli. I'm the Director of Marketing for Mundelein Seminary. And on this edition of Meet the Deacons, we're here with Deacon Falasiko Matovu from the Diocese of Kiyinda-Mityana in Uganda. Deacon, welcome.
Thank you, Matt. I am Deacon Falasiko Matovu from the Diocese of Kiyinda-Mityana in Uganda.
I almost said that right.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt, for bringing me over to this podcast and to talk to the people who sponsor the seminary and who sponsor us in our seminary education.
Well, I wanted to do the Meet the Deacons lightning round with you. So I'm just going to ask you a bunch of rapid fire questions about about your favorite things, and we'll see how you answer. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh my God, Sound of Music.
Good choice.
Yeah, Julie Andrews made it for me.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? That's a difficult one. You know, I'm not a TV guy, so I rarely watch TV. But I watched a little bit of we call it Chosen.
Oh, The Chosen, yeah.
Yeah, The Chosen. Yeah, I really loved it, and I've had good conversations with my fellow seminarians and deacons who have watched it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a really well done show.
Yeah.
You're leaning into the stereotype. You've got The Sound of Music with a nun, and now The Chosen, a Jesus TV show.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite musical artist?
My favorite musical artist, he's not an American, but
okay.
He's a Ugandan called Bobby Wine.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, he was a presidential candidate in the past presidential elections in Uganda.
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What kind of music is it?
Like I would say Afrobeat.
Okay.
You know, it's more. Yeah, it's a genre in Africa. You know, not in the US. Yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite book?
My favorite book. It was like I really loved reading Animal Farm. So this was my first book I read in high school, and it has been so far my favorite book.
Favorite saint?
Favorite saint, of course, Saint Francis of Assisi.
Good choice. Favorite prayer?
Favorite prayer, of course, Saint Francis of Assisi has a prayer that I always love to say, make me a shadow of your peace.
Favorite class in seminary?
Wow. I hope my professors won't get mad at me, but yeah, but favorite class in the seminary, I've had so many favorite good classes, but I'm a guy who leans towards the liturgy and the sacraments. So I think that the deacon and the liturgy, I think that was, because I'm here in the seminary to prepare myself to be a priest. So, actually learning how mass goes, I think was really good. But of course, I've had so many good classes.
Yeah, absolutely. Who teaches deacon in the liturgy?
Father Brad Zamola.
Okay. Shout out to Father Brad. Favorite Bible passage?
Favorite Bible passage? Yeah. So it's Psalm 116, verse 12 to 13. What shall I repay the Lord? The cup of salvation I will lift and, give praise to God.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? Those are plantains. Since I'm from Uganda, in Uganda, our staple food are plantains. We call them matoke in Uganda. That's my local dialect. In Uganda, we call them matoke, but here it would say plantains. But if you talk of American favorite food, I really enjoy barbecue ribs.
Barbecue ribs. Can you get those in Uganda?
No, we don't. But you can get pork. And yeah, in Uganda, you know, people really prepare pork very well. I hope you can, you know, visit us in Uganda one time and try it out.
Sounds good to me. I'll smuggle some barbecue sauce back too, so you can have the ribs again.
Nice.
What's your favorite place on campus?
Favorite place on campus is going in front of the main chapel, the Immaculate Conception Chapel, looking straight over the lake. That is very beautiful place.
Yeah, especially at sunrise.
Yes, very, very beautiful.
Okay, and then last question. Tell me a word you didn't know before you entered seminary.
Oh, ecumenism.
Ecumenism? All right.
Yeah, you know, the unity among all churches, all Christian churches and non-Christian churches. I really didn't know that word when I was entering seminary, but I've come to know more about it. And actually, I'm taking a class with Father Beima on ecumenism. So it has enabled me to understand it fully.
Great. We'll say that's your second favorite class.
Maybe.
I won't tell Father Bama.
Okay.
As you're getting ready for priestly ordination, I just wanted to take some time with you to let some of our followers get to know you a little bit better. So first of all, can you tell us about where you're from, your diocese in Uganda? What's life like there?
I am originally from Mityana, in a diocese called Kiyinda-Mityana. This diocese is found in a central region of Uganda, and it is part of the Kampala Archdiocese. Generally, the life in my diocese, Kiyinda-Mityana, it's pretty a good life. I would say it's a good life. We have around 250 priests and a number of parishes, around 28 parishes. But my parish, like, it has, like, my home parish has around 32 outstations, and the rest of the other 28 parishes, they have pretty much the same number of outstations. In talking of outstations, these are like small churches in different villages where priests go every Sunday to pray with these people in those small churches, apart from praying at the parish. So as a priest back home, you really have to work hard. You know, every Sunday, like, you could have like 3 masses going around in those small churches, the outstations, praying with the people, baptizing kids, doing confessions, anointing of the sick. So life as a priest is pretty busy, but also, you know, enjoyable, because our life as priests is to help people, to serve people, not to be just seated at the parish, but to be with the people. And generally in the diocese, we have a spirit of brotherhood. We help each other. And our bishop is a great guy. He's called Joseph Anthony Zua. We love him and he takes care of us. He always checks on us in our parishes, and as seminarians, he makes sure that he comes to visit us in our various seminaries always, and our vocations directors too, and the rest of the priests in the diocese, they keep in touch with us, seminarians, deacons, and the religious. So I would say that's pretty much about life in my diocese.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds very different from the experience here. How big are those mission parishes that you'd be going to?
Okay, so the missions are pretty big. Like I would give you an example of here in Mundelein where we stay. So in this locality around Mundelein, Vernon Hills, Libertyville, we have, I think, around like 6 parishes. So in Uganda, this is just like one parish taking all of these parishes here in this area, Mundelein, Vernon Hills, and Libertyville. So you find that most of our people do not come to mass every day. Reason being that the parish is very far away from where they stay. Maybe one thing I forgot to mention is that like my diocese is a rural area, like countrysides. So you find a lot of farms around, and you find people staying in just a small area. So this makes it difficult for them to walk those long journeys, like 20 miles, coming to the parish to have a mass every day. So what priests do on the weekends is to travel around to meet these people where they are, pray with them, and administer to them other sacraments.
Gotcha. That's awesome. So you came to Mundelein, and you mentioned that was your first time being in the United States, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do pre-theology here, or did you do that in Uganda?
Actually, I did pre-theology in Uganda for 3 years at the University of the Uganda Matters Major Seminary, Mugulu. This is found in the northern Uganda, just close to Sudan.
Okay.
Yes. So I came here after finishing that and just started theology here.
Okay. What do you remember your first impression, when you first got to the United States?
Oh, yes, I do remember. So it was kind of, weird, but fun. Like we arrived at O'Hare at around midnight, and coming out of the airport to meet the lady who had picked us from the airport, looking out, lights everywhere, these highways, cars everywhere. It was just being in a new world and driving on those highways whereby you have 4 lanes going in one direction and the 4 lanes going in the other direction. It is something, amazing to see. Then the next day, this lady called Gertrude took us to shopping in Walmart. So in Uganda, we don't have such big shopping malls. We have small shops, like you could call them like mini, we call them mini supermarkets. The biggest shopping malls we have are supermarkets, but you can't compare them to the shopping malls we have here. So it was, interesting to see those shopping malls and visiting places. Here it is very rare to find a dusty road, but for us, most of our roads are dusty. A car passes by you and you're covered in dust. So it was just amazing.
Yeah, I'll bet. What's been your favorite part about being in the US?
My favorite part of being in the US is, being here at the seminary. I believe Mundelein is the most beautiful place in the United States. It's the most beautiful place. So being here at Mundelein has been a great honor for me to be here at Mundelein and to, participate in the formation here, and also like being part of parish life. Like I've been to 2 parishes now. I first served as a seminarian at St. Joe's in Libertyville. Then I moved to St. Andrew by Wrigley Field in Chicago as a deacon. So it's been really good to meet people in these parishes and become friends and do a lot of things together.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity. Let's talk a little about that, about your formation. So how'd you first get on the path to the priesthood?
So the first time I got interested in becoming a priest, this was in 2004. I was in fifth grade. Yeah, I was in fifth grade. For us, we call it primary four in Uganda. We follow the British education system, but here it is supposed to be the fifth grade. And the reason as to why I got interested in becoming a priest was simply because of my interactions with those priest friends who usually came to our home to visit my dad. So my dad is a catechist, and a catechist in Uganda and in Africa generally, he does more than teaching catechism and preparing people for sacraments. For us, a catechist, he leads services in the outstations whenever a priest is not able to go and pray with people in these small churches or outstations. A catechist leads a service for the people on Sunday, even on burials, on other different celebrations. The catechist can lead people in prayer. So my dad being one of the catechists in my home parish, we had the privilege of having priests come over to visit us at home. And among those priests who came to visit us at home, I really got close to this one priest called Father Bazuri Katavi. And he started, introducing me to other priests at the parish. He took me as his grandchild. And, being treated that way, it encouraged me and made me just want to be like him. And actually, I nicknamed myself after him. So when you come to my home village, some people don't know my real name, but call me Father Katavi. So this really gave me encouragement. And when I reached in the seventh grade, I was talking to my dad about where I would go after grade school. And he told me, hey, why don't you try to do an interview to join seminary? So this was like a very big opportunity for me. I just told him I'm ready to do that. Then we got in touch with Father Paul Muganga, who was the pastor by then at my home parish. And then after sitting for national exams for the grade school, I went to Sacred Heart Seminary to do my interview to join a high school seminary. Then it was from there in 2008 that I started my formation as a seminarian.
Awesome. It sounds like you had some great examples, both from your actual father and some spiritual fathers there growing up, which is really.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Cool. As you've gone through your time at Mundelein, what experiences have kind of confirmed that initial calling for you? And obviously now you're on the precipice of becoming a priest. So what were those moments that you thought, okay, I'm in the right place, I'm following the right path?
Yeah, actually, the first time that came to mind was when I was posted at St. George's Parish in Libertyville. So when I came here in 2017, that was the same time Mundelein Seminary started the teaching parish program. So this program gave us an opportunity to go out in the parishes to meet parishioners, work with them, and learn more about priesthood life and parish life. So being in a parish just, opened my mind, and it confirmed to me that this is the right path I'm supposed to take. Seeing people, the way they talk to you, the way they address you, people coming to you, trusting you with whatever goes on in their lives, and they listen to your advice. I couldn't just believe myself, talking to different people. They come with some issues and you talk over it. And then in the end, you help someone even unknowingly. So this really encouraged me and confirmed that, hey, Falasiko, you are on the right path. This is who you are, and this is what the Lord is inviting you to live for the rest of your life.
What else? What have been some other highlights of your time in seminary?
Yeah, so my other, highlights in the seminary is the brotherhood we share as seminarians, and of course our formators, the priests and the lay staff. So this really has helped me to grow spiritually and physically. Like when I came here, I didn't know most of the things that are done here in the American culture, but it was my brother seminarians who really helped me to learn more about the American culture. And of course, those who helped me, they also, learned more from my Ugandan culture or African culture. So this was really helpful to me to grow, spiritually and physically, but also to grow in the spirit of brotherhood. I believe that, and I would wish if each and every person, especially guys like me, they would get an opportunity of at least, coming to study in the seminary, even if just come and just get this, the formation just to come here and study a little bit. It really helps. If you go out there in the world, like in Uganda, if you meet guys who have been in a seminary but discerned out, they are pretty different people from someone who has never had a contact with a seminarian, who has never had any chance to study in a seminary. Yeah, but all of this, I say it because of the brotherhood I've experienced, the love, care, and support I've received from my fellow seminarians and our faculty and staff.
Yeah, I hear a lot of seminarians talking about the brotherhood, and I know the guys from the U.S. definitely appreciate the international perspective that seminarians like you bring from other cultures and other countries. So I think it's a good mix for everyone. What have you been involved in on campus beyond formation? I know Mundelein has a pretty good soccer team and a heritage there, and I hear you're pretty good at soccer. So I guess we're going to miss you next year.
Of course, but they won't miss me because I'm going to be here for a licentiate degree. So I'll still, kick the ball around with the soccer team. But it has been an honor to play soccer with the guys. We've really had a good team. Yeah, we've had a good team and we've won some trophies. We've lost some games, but all in all, that's sports. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but life goes on. Yeah, but it's been really good. And then I was also involved in African choir. This is the most loved choir here at Mundelein Seminary. Whenever we have African choir, you hear people, after mass singing. They want to dance, but nowadays during COVID, you can't do that. You can't clap. They love it. They love it. So I've been honored to lead the African choir for almost 3 years. So it's been an honor for me to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's another great example of just bringing your culture to Mundelein too. And I know those African hymns really definitely get stuck in your head after mass too, in a good way.
Yeah. And some people, like tomorrow we have African choir. So people are already asking me, they have songs that they want to hear at mass. So every time we sing, I have to make sure that I bring up at least one song. People have asked me, oh, we want to hear this song. And I'm like, okay, so we'll put it there. They hear it at mass. Then after mass, they will be singing it all day long. Yeah.
So you're taking requests now for Mass.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you'll still be around to play soccer next year. Can you talk about what you're doing? You're earning your STL degree. Can you explain what that is and why that's important?
Yeah. So next year, actually this year in the fall, I'll be back here to finish up my licentiate degree in sacred theology. This licentiate degree allows me to teach in the seminary or to be part of the formation team in any seminary all over I would say all over the world, you know. So I'll be coming back here to finish that up. And during that time, when I'm doing that for 1 year, I will have plenty of time to play soccer with my guys, you know. For this summer, I will miss playing soccer with my best partner in defense, Seth Arnold and Francis Geo and other guys. Yeah, but
I guess the roster is always changing on the seminary team, right?
of course, yeah, it changes. You know, we keep on, losing some good players like me. If I graduate, Francis is graduating, and some other guys. So we don't know whether we'll get new good soccer players, but who knows? Yeah.
Cool. So you will be ordained in the spring, right? Will you be ordained back in your home diocese?
Yes, actually, now I think in like 2.5 weeks, I'll be ordained a priest on 1st May. So I would ask each and everyone out there to keep me and my brother Peter Walusimbi in prayers. Yeah, we'll be leaving for Uganda this Friday evening, then to go home and prepare ourselves to get ordained on 1st May.
Okay, wow, that's exciting. I didn't realize it was that soon. That's great.
Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to about ordination itself, and then what are you looking forward to about beginning your ministry as a priest, even if it's just for the summer till you come back here?
Yeah, it's been so long, being in the seminary for now 13 years. It's been long, but worthy, waiting, to be ordained a priest finally on 1st May. So something I'm looking for at my ordination, I can't just wait for, bishop to lay his hands on me, then transition from being a deacon to a priest. That is really something I'm waiting for. And I know my family back home and the friends here, they can't wait for that moment. And then after that, I'll have to celebrate a Thanksgiving Mass at my parents' home. That will be on 2nd May. And that is really a big deal. That's a big deal, like for all Christians in the diocese, but more especially for Christians in my home parish, since we have taken almost 9 years without receiving any new priest in my home parish. So people are excited. I'm also excited, to be part of the clergy finally. I'm already part of the clergy, but fully being part of the clergy as a priest, that is something I'm really excited on. And then saying my first Mass, I don't know how it will be. Nowadays, I'm making practice now and then to make sure that I perfect the words, I perfect the gestures and everything. But I just don't know, and I just can't wait for that moment. Then as a priest, of course, I'm just, preparing, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to serve people, baptizing, giving sacraments, penance, and anointing of the sick, and all other sacraments that I'm able to administer to people. I can't just wait for that moment when I can administer to people, be there with the people, and so on.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Well, if they've been waiting 9 years, there must be quite a party getting ready right now for you guys.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, Deacon Falasiko, thank you so much for your time and for your upcoming service to the church and everything you've already done for the Mundelein community. We're very excited for you. We'll definitely keep you in prayer. Any other final thoughts or comments?
Just to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my story, to share about my diocese and my life in the seminary with the people out there.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Deacon. God bless.
God bless you too.